Welcome to Orlando Medical Institute, founded in 2004 by Mr. Felix John Marquez. He is the owner and also the head instructor of the school. First, I would like to say that this is the main entrance of the EMT Paramedic school. This is the uniform that our students wear as EMTs paramedics, and of course also in the nursing side of the school. With the deposit, we do give each student 2 of the shirts. The hat is optional, and of course, we recommend that you buy, as a student, these color pants. You find them in Walmart, which is the most inexpensive, and I personally recommend the cargo pants. The same color, either black or dark blue, because the cargo pants, they have pockets, and it's easier for you as a student to put your stethoscopes, your scissors, small notebook, pencils, and other accessories that you might need as you do clinicals at the ER or at the fire department. Next but not least, for each student we have, like any place that you work or go to school, you have to sign in your name because you're present. But here we have the biometric signature for the students, where you just press and it will say you're present. This will go automatically to the smart system where it's controlled by the school as a general to make sure you did attend the class today. You punch in when you come in, you can punch in when you come out. This here is the entrance of the EMT Paramedic School. This whole building right here, this entrance. As you can see, this is Mr. Marquez. In 2011, when the Twin Towers were destroyed, he was present. Of course, if you see him, he's right here. This is Mr. Marquez right there. He was a survivor of 9/11. And because he survived that incident and that massive destruction, out of that was born this school, Orlando Medical Institute. He felt that he could start a school of EMT paramedics and prepare them for such occasions. And as you can see, since that time, things have become worse all around the world. So we do need more paramedics, more EMTs. Follow me, please. This is the ladies' room. We're entering the American Heart BLS CPR room. Here we teach the students about life support, the airwaves, how to use the different kinds of oxygen tanks, also how to use the albuterols, nebulizers, and so on and so on. So you can see all the equipment that we have. These are different equations that are utilized for the airway system in each student. And also, we have a little more of the oxygen tank, different kinds, which of course you will learn to use as an EMT or paramedic. They're very useful, and it's used to save lives. Remember, the objective of Orlando Medical Institute is to save lives. Follow me, please. This is the, here is the room for the paramedics. This is the IV room where they're taught how to withdraw blood from whoever at the scenes or whenever it's needed. Also, they're taught here how to be able to know the names of the different medications that OMI offers to the students, because at one point or other they will be useful for that person and save their lives. Of course, there's much more than this here. There's more over here. If you could see, let me just close this door a little bit here because it just opened up like that. but we have more medications here. As you can see, all paramedics are taught well. Of course, we use these, for the IV, we use these plastics with fake bloods, so they get used to it and they can master when they are doing IV on a person, whoever the person is, to save their lives. This is the men's room. And of course, classes are all day, from 9 to 5 or 9 to 6. Some are like just from 9 to 1 or 6 to 10, if you choose to do Monday and Thursday class. So we offer at least some snacks. And of course, you could take advantage of that if you need a snack in between classes. Here we have Medic 39. And Medic 39 today is lecturing about rib fractures. And as you see it, we do the visual, listening, and we do the hands-on. And of course, this is one of our instructors, the first year instructors. Right now, we're going to go into one of the EMT rooms. At Orlando Medical Institute, we usually come up every class, every 16 weeks or more, with about 50 to 60 students per class. So we have a spacious place for them prepared for the classroom. And like I said to you, we do the visual, to hearing, and the hands-on. We'll do all three of them because it's very competitive and it's very educational for all the students to be able to see it, hear it, talk about it, but also practice with it. Okay? Follow me. We also teach the students about the different kinds of stretchers. There is different kinds. How to use them, how to open them, how to close them, how to lift it up, how to put them down. It's very important because to save a life at the scene, you got to know exactly what to do. You can't just think about it or go back to the book or call somebody to help you. You have to know how to do it and how to save that life. Here we have another EMT room, which, like I told you, is fully equipped with the most advanced technology that a school could offer. Mr. Marquez is always ahead in the medical educational scene. So he has visual, you could hear it. Also, you can participate in the board. They do write different terms or whatever the lecture is that day. They will be writing up whatever's going on in the class. And you can see some of the pictures of the things that will go, the digestive system, the understanding of diabetes, sexually transmitted infections, STIs, and much more. The school does offer the max of medical education. Right now, I'm going to show you the most exciting part of the Orlando Medical School, which is the simulation, the hands-on. Just give me a minute. Whatever you are taught in the classroom, or the lecture, or online, that will become something that they will be done here in the simulation room, which is 4,500 square feet of simulation room. Follow me. Welcome. This is the Orlando Medical Institute simulation room. Very useful for the students and very useful for any intern that desires to advance in the medical field as an EMT, paramedic, or nurse. What happens here is we have these 5 rooms, like you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rooms prepared, which the instructor sits in the chair. He will sit here. He will speak through the microphone as the patient in the room or in the scene. The lecture will be placed on the screen here, and also he can see the students, the EMT paramedics or the nurse, as they perform their hands-on of that lecture in that room. For example, we have the sim room right here. It's called the sim room, part 1, where the students call 911 call. He comes to the scene. Then he finds John. He has to find out what is the problem. Hello, sir. Are you okay? Call 911. Get the AED. Let's get this man. He's not breathing right now. He's not breathing. Okay, so you start your CPR, BLS, or you don't know if he's diabetic. You don't know if he was drinking. You don't know if he had a heart attack. Your job as an EMT or paramedic or nurse is to figure out what happened and to correct it and to make sure you give all the attention and help you can to save his life and bring him to the emergency room. Okay? Sometimes we find, I'm going to call him for today, John. Sometimes John is here, or sometimes he might be in the bathroom and he fell. He's in the floor when you come in. Or maybe he was taking a shower and he fell on the during taking a shower. He got a heart attack, he got dizzy, he's a diabetic, he was drinking too much, whatever. So our job as EMTs, paramedics, is to save those lives. And of course we have the family. These are the family of the persons that live here in this apartment. And of course this is like an apartment room, so you could know. Next we have it's like a park where the ambulance backs up because we found Mr. Roy. He was on the floor, he was bleeding, so they did a tourniquet, they gave him first aid, they were able to put him in the stretcher, to lock it here. And the reason I told you at the beginning of the tour about the safety shoes, because you'll be climbing the ambulance back and forth. As you can see, this is very sharp and you need to climb it up. Then you have to sit down, put your seatbelt. Then, of course, you will call the hospital or the emergency room to inform them about what happened to John, what you were able to do to keep him alive while he gets to the emergency room. Follow me. Welcome to the emergency room. In other words, the ER. As an EMT student, paramedic student, you're required to do 3 emergency rooms or 3 ERs. Of course, location will be your choice, more or less where you live at, your vicinity, where you live. And also you'll have to do 3 with the fire department. Now, your performance at the emergency room really indicates to the nurse in charge or the paramedic or whoever is directing that particular ER or that room where you brought this Mr. John or Mr. Roy, because of whatever happened in the park, your performance dictates that you are really learning the ABC steps of saving a life. You are required to know what to do at the ER. You need to know. That's why the first thing we do here at the school, Orlando Medical School, is to teach you what to do when you brought him from the ambulance to the ER in direction of the nurse, the paramedic, or the doctor. What happened to Roy is next. Then you will assist. As an EMT, you assist. As a paramedic, you take the initiative. You direct. You give orders. You tell them what to do. And of course, your performance guarantees that you're knowledgeable enough to perform as an EMT or paramedic. What's been happening lately, welcome to this, I would say another apartment kind of complex. This year, more than ever, the real calls to the ER or to 911 have been people that have fans in their ceilings. And kids or young children or even adults get up in the morning without realizing the fan is moving, and they just raise their hands and there goes one arm or part of the head. Now, what do you tell that mother or that father or that person that's hysterical when you come as a 911 call and as a medic, as a paramedic, or as an EMT, what do you do next? So they're taught here what are the ABC steps to take when that happens in that scenario. This is the importance of the hands-on of the Orlando Medical Institute. That whatever you do, the lectures you do, either at the classroom with the instructor or at online or reading it from your book, that you really come to bring it to life, to practice it, to perform, and to do it to the perfection of saving that life. These here are some of the equipments that you as an EMT or paramedic will be using. Of course, during the class time, they will explain to you, what's inside and when do you need to use it. This one weighs about, I would say, a good 30 pounds. So you need to be kind of healthy to be able to carry both of these, because between the both, you're carrying about, I would say, more or less 60 pounds. So these we always use as a medic or EMT. This is called the debriefing room, where whatever is done hands-on in the rooms in the back, what the instructor would bring the class and they will look at their mistakes, correct their mistakes, perfect their mistakes, and then go on and do it over again till it's done correctly. Because always remember, it's all about saving lives. And this is very important during the course of the EMT class or paramedic class. Welcome to the resource room. This is where you can sit down and study. We have all the books you need as an EMT and paramedic. We do have a librarian on call that you can call for any information you need. She will direct you to the right book, or you can Google the information in the computer. So at all times, you'll be able to be more knowledgeable of whatever that class is teaching that particular day or the next week. And also they use the room to review, to study, and prepare for their exams. Very important. When they come here, it's open every day except on Sundays. You could come study at your own time, and of course, you have all the access to and all the help that you need. Here we have, I would say, like a mini cafeteria for the students, because some of them would be here from 9 to 5 or 9 to 6. Some prefer to stay indoors. It could be raining outside, or they just want to go. Some will go and get their meals outside or eat outside. But if you decide to stay, you have a little cafeteria where you can sit down. And also, as a school, we offer the coffee for you. We'll get the utensils. We have the equipment for you, the microwave, 2 microwaves. And also the refrigerator, so you could put in your snacks, your lunch, you could put it there until it's time to eat. Or as an EMT, if you're here like only the day class from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock, then you could have 2 snacks. So you could put them here, or have a little coffee, sit down, relax, then go back to class. Last but not least, this is more instructor rooms where they have everything they need to prepare themselves for the class. Also, if they need to talk within themselves about how to work with the students, or a student that might need help, they will meet with them here and help them as much as they can. And this is it. This is Orlando Medical Institute, founded in 2004 by Mr. Felix John Marquez. He is the CEO of the school, and he is the head instructor of the school.